Aking opinion ay ito ay parang isang puzzle eh. So kalahati pa lang yung ating nabubuo, no? At kailangan natin kumpletuhin lahat ng ebidensya nang sa ganon makita natin yung buong kabuuang litrato o picture ng ebidensyang ito. So I don't want also to preempt the decision of the prosecution panel with respect to the withdrawal of their witnesses. But again, I'd like to emphasize na ito ay unti-unting pagbuo, no, ng litrato ng aligasyon na sumusuporta dito sa itong ebidensyang itong sumusuporta sa mga aligasyon na nakasaad dito sa Article 1.
Last na lang po. May sinabi po si Attorney Michael Powa kahapon na parang sinadya raw po yung pagpili doon sa mga acknowledgement receipts, especially sa mga pangalan na lumabas nga po kahapon. Ang alam kong huli, yung mga Gabriel Bisaya, etc. po. No? Parang sinadya nga raw po. Tapos yun nga, may sagot naman daw po doon yung defense pag-turn na po nila. Pero yung kiniklaim po nila is parang sinadya nga raw po ng prosecution yan.
Sa tingin ko hindi because lahat naman po nakita naman po natin yung 15 karton, no, ng ebidensyang yon. And even if you get samples of these documents inside those boxes, makikita nyo na yung mga pangalan na lumalabas doon ay mukhang mukhang katawa-tawa, no. Kaya nga maraming nagkomento na yung mga pangalan niyan ay hango. Kundi sa chichirya, ito ay hango doon sa mga naimbentong pangalan. And we will come to that point when the next witness that the prosecution will present will also certify kung ano ang findings ng prosecution dito sa mga dokumentong itong ay nilatag.
Just in addition, of course, it's the full prerogative of the prosecution to present which evidence po that they will be presenting. But the fact of the matter is, nandun yun. Just because they say po na parang pinipili na ito lumalabas, pero it might not be the case. It might not be the case for the other pieces of evidence. But the fact of the matter is, merong ganun. So I think that's what the prosecution is trying to point out here po.
Okay.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, may nabanggit kasi yung payment of 16 million in 11 days for Safe House. Would that be correct? And this was issued notice of suspension. Tama po ba yun? How is this different from the 73 million notice of disallowance issued for the 2022 confidential fund allocation of the OVP?
Yes, no. Doon sa initial audit findings, no, merong 73 million doon na hindi supported by sufficient justification. Meaning, may question. Kasi nga, maraming dokumentong ibinigay o isinumite ang ating OVP na mga ARs lamang. O ito yung acknowledgement receipts. No? For example, yung sa warehouse na yan, no? Nagbayad ng, kung di ako nagkakamali, 1 million peso a day ba yan? Is that the... So I cannot recall kung ano yung eksaktong amount, no, in relation to the rental of this warehouse or safe house, no. Pero kung may ganyan, di ba, dapat meron niyang either contract, meron niyang sigurong other documents that can prove that indeed merong nirentahan, no, na safe house. Yung 73 million in question is dun sa kabuuang kabuuang report ng audit report ni Roderick Wamil dun sa fourth quarter of 2022 na apparently he found something irregular in the submissions of the OVP with respect to the documents that they used to justify the disbursements of these funds.
Sir, follow up. Meron kasi, napansin ko lang po kanina, yung discussion centered on AOM. Rather than, as we are all aware of, meron din pong notice of disallowance, although this is not yet final. Yung 73M kasi may final decision na yung COA doon. May 375 million na inisyuhan ng COA ng notice of disallowance for 2023 confidential funds of the OVP. May witness po ba tayo on this ND?
Speaking for the prosecution, we cannot preempt the team. I hope you'll understand. As Attorney Virgil says, hold your horses po.
And this may disclose the legal strategy na gagawin ng ating prosecution team. So I hope you understand that our prosecutor here cannot discuss the strategies that they will employ. Meron pa rin dapat element of surprise.
But that's not, just to be very clear, no, the prosecution does intend to present a full picture of what happened to the COA funds. No? So, para lang yun. But as for which elements would be testified by whom, we have to wait po for the actual calling of the witness. Thank you.
Hi, Kongs. Good morning po. Before the start of the trial kanina, sinabi po ni Attorney Lorna Kapunan sa mga media na ipapasabina raw po niya si Mary Grace Piatos at ang sabi po niya ipadadala raw po yung sabina sa Office of the Vice President. How would it help po the prosecution, especially dito po sa trial sa confidential funds?
Well, again, we're exploring all options, but we don't want to preempt the team po as to how that to be used.
Ako, wala naman akong sub-judice. I'm not covered by sub-judice. So what I can say is, dapat siguro, isang pina natin yan. No? Para makilala natin. Dahil umiikot yung controversy dyan sa mga pangalang yan. Especially ito kay Mary Grace Piatos. No? It's high time probably that lumabas siya. No? At magpakilala. So sa akin palagay, sa aking personal opinion, dapat nararapat lamang na isang pina siya.
Alright. Last na lang kung kanina mo rin sa trial ng banggit no, na yung ilang part of the confidential funds were used sa MOE. Considering na ang mga congressman and even the Office of the Vice President, merong ganung budget, is it a clear sign ba na yung pondo hindi talaga nagamit sa tama? Kasi may nakalaang pondo sa MOE, pero bakit pa niya nilagyan ng confidential funds?
Well, ako, una, dalawang beses nangyari na kung saan MOOE yung isinubmit no, na liquidation. No? This is in clear violation of the provisions of the joint circular. Dahil nakalagay naman doon sa joint circular kung ano lang yung dapat pagkagastusan ng confidential fund. And MOOE is not included in that list. So again, no, bakit sinabi dito, hindi pwedeng isipin na ito ay isang oversight lang. No? Dahil nagkamali. No? Pero dahil there seems to be a pattern, dahil dalawa, tatlong beses yata na isubmit na MOOE kasama dun sa kanilang justification. So, merong irregular at merong highly questionable dyan sa liquidation na yan.
In addition to that lang po, no, we can only speak as to what was testified kanina. And klaro naman po na sinabi ng testigo, and according to the testimony, that was considered irregular po, no? That having justified the use of confidential funds for MOE. But that is not to say that we can characterize yet as to how an MOE is spent. That's a different thing. No? But we're just focusing here in confidential funds po. The fact that it was irregular. Yun naman po yung nasa testigo.
Malinaw, no? Malinaw na merong isinubmit o isinumite ng mga dokumento to justify the expenditure or the disbursement na hindi angkop o hindi sang-ayon dun sa provision ng joint circular. So, I don't know how else we can call it. It can be called irregular. It can also be called perhaps illegal. So, that's the way the witness described what he discovered in these documents that was submitted to the COA.
Thank you, Isaiah. Rosalie, your turn.
Hapon po, sirs. May we know po kung ano po yung current position ng House Prosecution Team regarding po kay Mary Grace Piatos? Kasi isa po siya dun sa 27 po na proposed witnesses niyo po para dito sa Article 1. Pero kahapon po, sabi po ni Representative Joel Chua, kung siya yung tatanungin personally, hindi na niya gustong iharap pa or ipatawag si Mary Grace Piatos sa paglilitis. But this morning, sa ambush interview po kay Attorney Kapunan, sinabi niya po na isa sa ko nga si Mary Grace Piatos. Hinahanap pa namin, hindi namin makita kung saan-saan kaming Mary Grace na pumunta, hindi namin makita. Papadala namin sa Office of the Vice President yung subpoena. So ano po ba ang current position po ng prosecution team dito kay Mary Grace Piatos?
I'm sorry again on behalf of the prosecution, we cannot disclose the formal plan po, no, the final plan. I think it just goes to show po no, na it's a very lively discussion even between members of the prosecution. Nag-iiba po yung kanilang opinion. But all that we can say siguro po is that it just speaks of how important the question is. Sino yung tumanggap? That's one of the core principles here that we're looking at. No? Sino tumanggap, kailan tinanggap, para saan ginamit? These are the questions that we're trying to answer with the choice of our witnesses. So I think it goes to show, like, if we think about it, kung sino si Mary Grace Piatos, what they can testify to, that speaks as to one of the questions. So definitely it's still it's still at play. But whether or not, sorry Ma'am Rose, no, whether or not the prosecution has decided, we can't say yet po.
So sa mga pahayag ng ating mga prosecutors, makikita mo na buhay no yung diskusyon tungkol sa mga strategy na dapat gawin ng prosecution panel. In fact, para lang sa kaalaman ng lahat, no, bawat hakbang na ginagawa ng ating prosecution team, lahat po yan ay pinag-uusapan. No, they consider opinions of all other members of the hindi ho yan desisyon ng isa, dalawa o ng ilang tao lamang, kundi ito ay consensus ng mayorya ng membro ng prosecution team.
will her testimony, his or her testimony, still be relevant at this point in time, given that may mga findings na nga po yung COA, meron na nga rin pong notice of disallowance na currently ina-appeal ng OVP?
Well, again, without speaking into whether or not we cannot characterize it fully, but like I mentioned a while ago, that additional testimony would tend to answer that question po, no? Kung para saan ginamit, for example, or kung sino nga tumanggap if we're talking about the identity. But at the same time, the ultimate arbiter of its acceptance or relevance, as you were asking, would be the impeachment court. So we have to leave it to them po.
Okay po, second issue po, regarding po sa nabuksan kanina na regarding po dun sa with Attorney Zuleika Lopez, Attorney Michael Poa, and Roderick Wamil. Ano pong significance nun? Sa pagkakalantad na may gano'n palang meeting.
Well, yung meeting yon, klarong-klaro na sinabi ni Mr. Wamil na nagtanong, no? Ang Office of the Vice President, represented by Attorney Zuleika Lopez and Attorney Michael Poa, nagtanong sila paano naliliquidate, ano yung mga requirements in the liquidation of the confidential and intelligence funds. Yun ang napag-usapan, yun ang meet nung kanilang meeting eh. So, kaya nga, para sa akin, I'm surprised na sinabi naman siguro malamang, no? O ng COA kung ano yung mga pamantayan o ano yung mga panuntunan doon sa pag-liquidate nitong pondong ito, pero mukhang hindi pa rin nasunod. In fact, they were given several chances, no? First, nung nag-submit sila ng dokumento, binigyan sila ng AOM, nag-submit sila ulit ng pangalawang set of documents to justify the disbursement, and still may kakulangan pa rin, no? Insufficient pa rin yung kanilang sinubmit. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng notice of suspension na in-order ang COA so that they will be given more time to submit the documents necessary para ma-liquidate ng tama itong pondong ito.
Sorry, last on that na lang po. Sa inyo po ba questionable po yung meeting na yon? Especially that meron pong na-mention na instead of AOM ay ano yun? Audit query na lang po yung ibigay ng COA sa kanila po next time.
Sa tingin ko, nothing irregular doon kasi marami namang mga ahensya na merong gumagamit ng mga intelligence and confidential funds na pwedeng magtanong at any given time. They can ask the agency concerned na merong mandato para magbigay ng assistance o ng information kung paano nililiquidate ito. So I don't see anything irregular with the meeting. Pero kung ini-impluwensya, halimbawa, nung meeting na yon, na instead of AOM, i-dismiss na lang or something, that's a big question mark. Wala namang ganung nangyari.
All right, thanks. Rosalie, si Gab.
Sirs, dalawang follow-up dun sa tanong ni Ate Rose. Una yung sa comments ni Attorney Lorna Capuna. Could you take it as they are still under the control of the prosecution team, so any decision would come from the public prosecutors?
That's how this works po naman po, no? Being members of the panel, the prosecutors, the public prosecutors. But that's not to say that even within the panel, we have different opinions po on how we will approach our witness. Up to the point nga po na even up to the day before the presentation of the witness, we might actually change our mind as a group. So yeah, I don't think it has any bearing naman po whether one is private or one is public because we talk about it as a team. So, yun po.
Sir, regarding din dun sa tanong ni Ate Rose sa yung kay attorney, yung meeting, ito po bang meeting na to, does it expose yung concerns earlier ng some members of the prosecution panel na yung ibang abogado ni VP Sara involved dun sa mga issues na dinidiscuss?
Doon sa doon sa konteksto ng meeting, no, sa aking palagay wala namang ang involvement lang naman nila doon ay nagtanong sila kung paano, no, and there's nothing perhaps irregular about that, no, because they can inquire naman talaga, no. Yun nga, pero pagka ang usapin ay tungkol sa halimbawa ipinilit na imbis na AOM ang inyong i-issue, ay dapat ang inyong i-issue ay dismissal or whatever it is, no, under the rules, siguro ibang usapan yon. But nothing similar to that happened in that meeting.
Pero sir, kasi yung request sabi ni Auditor Wamil, ang sabi niya, ang request raw was an audit query, which he said was not included among kumbaga wala siya sa menu of options, o hindi siya notice of disallowance, hindi siya AOM. hindi ba irregular na kagad yun, sir? Kasi they were asking for something that was not inside what the joint circular provides.
Yes, mukhang kung ganon, it is outside of the provisions of the joint circular, baka merong question mark, no? But again, no, sabi ko nga, baka napapag-usapan lang. There was no perhaps action or maybe a request to really change the findings of the audit findings of Mr. Wamil. No, absent that, we cannot conclude nor even perhaps even say na merong anomaly or irregular na nangyari.